in a foster care home. And she took kids in without regard to their ethnic group, and she placed them in families without regard to their ethnic group. So this kid starts smiling, this young guy. He says, well, I should remind you of her. She is my aunt. They're amazing people. 2 years ago, I always send out at Christmas time gifts, crafts gifts to my supporters, my foundation, from the countries where I work. 2 years ago, I sent out Rwandan baskets. They're great basket makers. And one of the co-ops we bought from was won by a Tutsi woman named Piskazi, who lost 7 children and her husband in the genocide. She had 10 kids. 7 of her 10 kids were murdered, and her husband. And she had to start again. She was 50 years old. Her kids were grown. They were in the military. It's the only reason they didn't get killed. So she goes out and finds this Hutu woman who's in the other camp, if you will, who was a good basket maker. And she said, look, we got to make a living. We can't be eaten up by this. We got to start again. So they start making baskets, and pretty soon they're on sale all over Kigali, and pretty soon they're on sale at Bergdorf Goodman in New York. I mean, these women were amazing, and they did so well training women in basket weaving that young men began to show up and asked to be trained. And about a year after they started taking young men, this 26-year-old man asked if he could see the boss, Piskazi. And he went to see her and broke down in tears. And he said, you have been wonderful to me, but I can't live with myself any longer. I murdered one of your sons. And he said, I know you have 3 older children in the military. Send for one of them to come and kill me. That would be justice. And I will stay here and work for you every day until they come, till he comes. And this woman who had lost 7 of her 10 children said, what good would that do? I forgive you. Get up and go back to work. Now, could you do that? Could you? I don't know if I could. But I know one thing. Every time I start feeling sorry for myself, I think about that. And I say that because everybody's got a legitimate beef. It's kind of like Argentina messing up. Most of your resentments are based on something that's real. Most of your identity that drives you to have a loser in order for you to be a winner is based on something that's real. It may be real, but it is not sustainable in the 21st century world. So anytime you doubt that we can work our way through the still thorny problems of the Balkans, we are not out of the woods yet. Anytime you doubt that, you think, oh, this Northern Irish thing, it was a special moment in history, it probably can't be replicated. You think about that woman losing 7 kids and telling that boy who wanted to be killed because he'd killed one of them that she forgave him. That woman may have little education and little in common with you, and she may have never crossed the Atlantic Ocean, but she is a citizen of the 21st century because she thinks her common humanity is more important than the interesting differences which darn near destroyed her country. If we can fight non-zero-sum games in a way that embraces the positive and reduces the negative, and none of us escapes our responsibility, we're going to be just fine. Don't bet against America. Don't bet against the Atlantic community. Everybody's done it so far, in the end, has lost money. Thank you, and God bless you.